Tamar Braxton's world was rocked recently when Junior Robinson, the businessman and reality TV star, confirmed his relationship with Tommie Lee. It all started when Junior made the news official, revealing that he and Tommie were more than just friends. This revelation quickly set the internet ablaze, catching the attention of fans and media alike. Tamar, known for her outspoken and fiery personality, wasn't exactly thrilled about the news. Her fans watched in shock as she took to social media, her posts filled with a mix of frustration and disbelief. It was clear that the news had struck a nerve, stirring up a whirlwind of emotions. While Tamar's reactions were making headlines, Junior and Tommie seemed to be enjoying their newfound romance. The couple was seen out and about, looking happier than ever. Their public displays of affection only seemed to fuel the drama surrounding them, leaving many to wonder how Tamar was coping with the situation. As the days went by, Tamar's social media became a battleground of mixed feelings and heated comments. It was evident that she was struggling with the news and trying to make sense of the situation. Her emotional response was a stark contrast to the seemingly carefree and joyous appearances of Junior and Tommie. In the midst of all this, experts weighed in on the situation, suggesting that Tamar's reaction was a natural response to a surprising and personal revelation. They noted that in the celebrity world, where personal and professional lives often collide, such intense reactions are not uncommon. As the drama unfolded, fans and followers eagerly watched to see what would happen next. Tamar's response, Junior and Tommie's relationship, and the ongoing media frenzy all contributed to a story that was far from over. The world of celebrities, it seemed, had once again provided a gripping narrative of love, shock, and emotional upheaval. If you've been keeping up with Tamar and Junior's relationship from the beginning, you'll know there were red flags from day one. Scratch that there were red banners waving high and clear. Their romance was doomed from the start. They met on the reality TV show Queen's Court, which was already a red flag in itself, given the notoriously fleeting nature of reality TV relationships. To top it off, they got engaged just a few weeks after meeting. Now, I get that some people fall in love fast and feel they've found the one, but in this case, the speed was more like a speed bump leading to disaster. Tamar, who has been married and divorced twice, should have been cautious. Her first marriage was over almost before it began, and the split was anything but smooth. Her second marriage, to Vince Herbert, seemed solid at first, but after 9 years, Tamar dropped another divorce bombshell, complete with allegations of domestic violence and a restraining order. The drama continued for Tamar as she tried to co-parent with Vince after that tumultuous chapter. After that, Tamar dated David Adefeso, but that relationship also turned into a fiasco. Following their breakup, Tamar declared she was done with love and focused on herself until she was back on TV searching for her dream man on Queen's Court. And guess who she ended up with? Junior. Here's another red flag. Junior has 5 kids with 4 different women. That's a whole lot of drama just waiting to unfold, especially considering Tamar's fiery personality. She's known for her sharp tongue and volatile reactions, which meant that dealing with Junior's complex family situation was like setting a ticking time bomb. Despite all the warnings, Junior chose Tamar on Queen's Court like she was the only contestant that mattered. He popped the question after just a few weeks, and Tamar, swept up in the moment, said yes, shedding a few tears of joy.
Oh my God.
I love you, Tamar. Tamar, will you marry me?
Something told me to trust the process, and I've never done anything like this before. And what's the worst that can
To people with massive red flags, seeing them get engaged was definitely something to witness. But what we didn't expect was how quickly things would get messy. One of his baby mamas took to social media to reveal that Junior was only using Tamar for clout and publicity, adding that he had a strange fetish for black women and a history of preying on them, especially vulnerable women like Tamar. She claimed he was so obsessed with black women that he often referred to himself as light-skinned white chocolate and tagged himself the minority within the minority. She stated he would attend the CL Club almost nightly, preying on beautiful black women and taking them home. She also revealed that he was extremely rude, arrogant, racially insensitive, womanizing, and degrading. Despite claiming to be an ally of black women, his actions told a different story. She also exposed him for being a colonizer, fulfilling a fetish for biracial babies to feed his ego and his desire to be accepted in the black community. Now this became a hot mess, and fans began begging Tamar to run. But of course, Tamar didn't listen. No surprise there, as anyone familiar with her knows she rarely listens unless she wants to. And remember how I mentioned he had 4 baby mamas who were bound to stir up drama for Tamar? Well, it didn't take long for things to boil over. trouble began when Tamar couldn't stop gushing about her love for Jeremy and his kids. You could tell something was about to go down when she said, "It's my birthday, but I have to post about the one who puts this cheesy smile on my face." It took me a while to realize this wholesome, traditional love is the kind I wanted and needed. We have 6 children between the two of us, and they mean everything to me, so miss me with that he has 4 baby mamas. Thank God for them. The way Tamar kept going on and on about his kids, you'd think they were one big happy family living in perfect harmony. But that was far from the truth. One of Jeremy's baby mamas was not here for Tamar talking about her kids like that, and predictably, it caused major drama. The baby mama wrote, "Let me be clear, for all who know me and them, this woman is in no way a bonus or stepmom to my son. My son does not mean everything to her, and she has not thanked God for me, or any of the other baby mamas. She has said demeaning, disrespectful, and outrageous things. She has made no effort to meet me, get to know me as a woman or mother, and has caused my son's father to miss visitation weekends and birthdays." To his credit, Jeremy did try to stand up for Tamar, writing, "Tamar Braxton has always been an amazing mother and spoils my children with love. Sometimes a difference of opinion with no conversation leads to a miscommunication, which creates a bad cycle. I want everyone to be peaceful and will do my best to foster that." Even with all that effort, the baby mama drama continued. It would have been best for Tamar to keep out of these relationships, but she loved her man and chose to stand by him, wanting to be with him no matter what, even when he humiliated her repeatedly. Can you imagine having your sister be Tommie Braxton and still dealing with men like this? It's giving embarrassed and desperate. If you thought it couldn't get worse, it did. One day, Junior randomly woke up and announced to the world that he and Tamar had broken up and made sure everyone knew that he was the one who ended it, not the other way around. He wrote, "Tamar and I are no longer together. I ended the relationship to focus on getting back to positive energy and being a better person. What happened and why, that's our private matter. No, I never cheated, and I never cared about fame. I have always represented people in fame. The truth is, I was in a great place financially and mentally. I turned down Queen's Court several times before giving in. Ultimately, I fell in love, and it did not end how I wanted it, so I want to heal. Tamar and I will always be friends and family for life." But it got even worse. Turns out Tamar found out about the breakup from social media. Like the rest of us, Junior didn't even have the decency to break up with her face-to-face or via text. He also broke up with her the same hour her home and car were vandalized. She wrote, "Imagine your home being robbed, moving to a new city, trying to find your new tribe, never feeling like you fit in, and then finally settling in with one person you trust only to get your car robbed and vandalized, and then get broken up with by the person you love and feel safe with. All in the same hour. It's too much." She also addressed the breakup in a video, where she essentially denied being the reason for the split, saying she had been working on being a better person.
Grateful. I have done a lot to work on my mental health and change who I used to be into who I am now. And I can't help if people fall into that perception because it's easy. And I get it, but I won't let anybody hold me captive to my past and things that I have overcome.
When Junior realized that people weren't on his side, he tried to manipulate the situation by acting as though he was being supportive. He even went as far as to promote her tour last year, saying, "Dallas, get ready for the one and only Tamar Braxton. Sending love and light. Thank you, Tamar, for being super supportive during an incredibly difficult time. You are not a negative and horrible person, you are a blessing to the world. And I have always been nothing short of supportive and uplifting now." I get that he didn't say anything outright shady, but fans couldn't help but side-eye this so-called compliment. It felt like he was throwing some sneaky shade, especially when he said she's not negative and horrible. Like, did he really have to say that? People were already over the drama and weren't even talking about it anymore, so why bring it up? It seemed like he was just trying to stay relevant and throwing out sneaky diss vibes. Well, Tamar threw some shade right back, saying, "I can't believe I'm going on my love and war tour so broken. People do things on purpose just to see you hurt. Misleading is abuse and a pattern. I'm so stupid. After so much hurt, at some point, you have to find the strength to close the chapter. What a fool I was." Now you would think that she'd move on, take her L in silence, and put that whole Junior mess behind her, right? Well, no, not Tamar. She acted like a total bird and went back to him, even though it was obvious he was trying to manipulate her. Just a few days after the breakup, Junior was found stepping out with Tommie Lee, who is known to have beef with Tamar.
Wait, what?
Look like somebody might as well be the country.
The timing of these events was definitely suspect. Just days before, Tamar and Junior were seen together. Remember the brawl Tamar got into at her concert? Well, Tommie, who was involved in that incident, came forward with accusations of his own, claiming Tamar was using Chan for clout. So when Tommie was spotted with Junior at a game, it was clear they were both conspiring to get under Tamar's skin, and it worked perfectly. The next thing we knew, Tamar and Junior were back together and spotted at a football game. Seriously, what kind of high school drama is this?
Oh, hey.
Tamar's decision to reunite with Junior seemed like a deliberate message to Tommie, don't mess with her man. But the move didn't sit well with many. Tamar had been vocal about Junior's poor treatment of her, and even accused him of conspiring with her enemies. Let's not forget Junior's baby mama, who claimed he had a habit of playing games with black women, pitting them against each other. It was as if Junior was orchestrating his own drama squad, using Tommie and Tamar for his amusement. Whether Tamar didn't see through the manipulation or simply didn't care, she probably believed that taking Junior back would be a way to spite Tommie. Instead, Tommie threw Tamar under the bus, revealing that she was clearly back in the middle of the mess. Tommie even leaked screenshots showing that Junior had invited her to the game before Tamar, only turning to Tamar when Tommie couldn't make it. But Tamar seemed unfazed. At her concert, she proudly announced that she and Junior were back together, adding another twist to this ongoing drama.
That's why I had to go get my man back, y'all. And I know y'all lying. If y'all thought I was gonna let my man go because he took some crackhead to a basketball game while we was broke up.
And of course, that made Tommie mad. She went live to read Tamar for filth, claiming that Junior ate her groceries, if y'all know what I mean.
Wrong with the situation is that is your man, as you call it. That is your man. He knew it was a situation with me and you. And he was down. He was down to play op games. I wouldn't take nothing like that serious, my love. That ate my... And I said...
She also revealed that Junior had been telling her son on Tamar.
You don't want me to expose how you were saying that you kicked her out and she went back to her mother's house? Not Mrs. Braxton. Not Mrs. Singer with the sold out tour that JR also told me was flex. It was cap. It was she flexing. She don't have no sold out. Between me and you was his exact words. The tour not sold out. He said you was messy. He said you went back to your mother's house. He told me a lot of things that he shouldn't tell a stranger. I just met this man less than a week.
The situation with Tamar and Junior is absolutely wild. It's one thing to deal with a relationship falling apart, but for your partner to spill tea on you, that's a whole other level. Tamar should have ended things with Junior the moment the drama started, but if there's one thing we've learned, it's that Tamar seems almost addicted to having a man by her side. Instead of cutting ties with Junior, Tamar went in the complete opposite direction. She married him. The twist? She kept it a secret, likely knowing that a public wedding would have led to a media frenzy and endless criticism. And it's not just fans who are disapproving of this union. Tamar's own family is against it too. Reports say that Tamar Braxton has been especially vocal, warning Tamar that Junior is bad news. But Tamar, true to form, seems to only heed her own advice. In the latest season of their reality TV show, the Braxton family deals with the passing of their sister, Tracy, and how they're coping. During the show, the topic of Tamar and her new husband came up, and it was clear that everyone in her family was not on board with the relationship. This made Tamar so upset that she went off on her family on Twitter, dragged them for filth, and exposed them for hating on her fairy tale life with her Prince Charming. She wrote, "You have no idea. None, the gaslighting is crazy, and I'm going back into therapy. Oh my gosh, I pray that my marriage can be saved and my life can be spared. My family is awful. Junior means the world to me. Thank God for him. My husband and my children have saved my life, but I'm so mad at my life. My family is toxic. I should have never gone back to BFE, never. Why? I'm going through it. I'm single and sad, and this TV stuff is a lot." Her choice to marry Junior after the public humiliation is definitely an interesting one. But hey, she's grown and can marry whoever she wants to. She also accused fans of spreading negativity about her relationship, saying, "I think it's funny. When I post something negative, it goes viral. when I post something positive. No one pays attention. Why all prove me right on what why all want from me? Why can't I be healthy and healed? Why all were waiting for my life to fall apart? Jeremy is and has been the most positive person in my life and my best friend and family. Why all want me to say something bad about him so badly? But according to an insider, Tamar is just being stubborn and not willing to admit that the relationship is actually over. Allegedly, Junior has been cheating on her every which way with any woman who gives him the eye, and he is unrepentant about it. At first, Tamar was willing to overlook it because she didn't want to admit that she had failed, but Junior was done with her when he broke up with her a couple of weeks ago, which explains her flipping out on social media. Fans commented, "Tamar needs to leave that man alone forever. Stop going back and forth with that man. He's embarrassed her enough, and she could do better." Another fan said, "I don't want to hear about her colonizer again. Her ancestors did not fight for freedom for her to go back and forth with that guy." Others added, "Tamar Braxton is a simple, silly bird. She needs to leave that man alone and seek real help. Dang near 50 and still acting like a child over this guy and throwing her family under the bus when she just lost a sister. She is sick in the head and has a lot of issues. However, these men be clout chasers and just as toxic. I'm surprised so many people are defending a man with 5 baby mamas who didn't do anything on the show to prove he was a good guy. Poor Tamar, because this situation is a crazy mess. But I have to know, what do I all feel about this? Do you think that Tamar will ever recover, or is she going to go back to that drama? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and then check out this next video.